Now let's look at unemployment. I've compared us to Sweden here again to show that our unemployment is caused by our response. So we have the number of employed persons in the U.S. from January or February prior to COVID to the trough of COVID. That decreased by 16%. In Sweden, it only decreased by 1.4% to the trough of COVID. And now we are still 7.1% below where we were pre-COVID in number of employed persons, whereas Sweden is 1.4% above where they were pre-COVID. So again, this shows that the unemployment, as we're all aware, was caused by our response, not by COVID. If we just ignored COVID and done nothing, we wouldn't have had any increase in unemployment. So we, in effect, decided that this was worth it. And how do these numbers compare? We wind up, the way this works out, it winds up being that we threw 25.36 million people out of work in the United States, and that works out to 127 people thrown out of work because of our response per one COVID death that I believe we're preventing by our response. So here we're totally comparing apples to oranges. You may think it's worth throwing 127 people out of work to save one COVID life, or you may not. It's totally comparing apples to oranges. But we should acknowledge that it's a choice we made. We decided as a society that it was worth, we knew we were throwing people out of work. We decided as a society that it was worth it to throw 127 people out of work to prevent one COVID death.